What's up everybody, Timvex here and welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to the last video of the Chamonix Diaries series. In this video, I'm going to be digging deeper into the expenses part of that whole trip. How much did I spend for my travel tickets, how much was the accommodation, what attire I was wearing and the gears that I was carrying which allowed me to make videos like these. Our main destination was Chamonix, but we wanted to cover Annecy as well just because it was on the way. So all our plans are more Chamonix focused. Now, there are direct trains that take you from Paris to Chamonix, but they tend to be a little bit expensive. And during the time while I was booking my tickets, it was double the price of what I would be paying for if I went from Paris to Annecy. So here's what we did. We booked a ticket from Paris to Annecy, which was 102 euros per person for a round trip, and then we booked a bus from Annecy to Chamonix, which was 20 euros per person round trip. So the overall ticket price was 122 euros per person for a round trip for an itinerary which was not too neck to neck and fairly comfortable. You have to bear in mind that Chamonix is one of the premium locations in France, so the prices in general tend to be a bit higher. So the place where we were staying was called Verloge and I was paying 116 euros for 3 nights, which comes down to around 37-38 euros per night, which for me was an amazing deal because the place that I was staying was very comfortable and you had a lot of facilities and even the ambience was excellent. Even though we did not spend a lot of time in the lodge itself, whenever we went out to have our breakfast or to have a drink in the restaurant, the people were amazing, the crowd was really good, we met a lot of people. So in general, for that price point, I think it was an amazing deal. The only drawback was that it was a 10-minute bus drive from the city center, but the frequency of buses were super erratic. So there were a lot of times when we were just sitting in the bus stop waiting for a bus, and I feel that time could have been saved if we had our own vehicle or if we had other modes of transport. And if you choose to walk to the city center, it's a 25-minute walk. Now, if you happen to be a foodie, you would probably want to try some local delicacies, and that can get a bit expensive. For instance, a plate of meat and fries in a good local bar can cost you somewhere between 18 to 25 euros. However, if you wish to keep your food expenses lower, you always have other options like McDonald's or Burger King, or you could even go to the local bakeries and grab yourself a fresh sandwich which can cost between 6 to 8 euros. I was also carrying a couple of cereal bars as a backup just in case if I get stuck somewhere or I start feeling hungry at an awkward time. Now you can buy these cereal bars from any supermarket like Franprix, Monoprix, etc. I got mine from Decathlon and I paid 4 euros for 10 bars. Other expenses include the ticket prices for the park, the bike rental fees. If you have watched my previous videos in this series, you would know how to get a discount for the park ticket. Coming to the attire now, honestly I was a bit confused whether I should be talking about this, but surprisingly I got a few messages on Instagram especially asking me about the cargos that I was wearing during the trip. Both the cargos and the full-sleeved polo that I was wearing during the trip were from Decathlon. I paid 46 euros for the cargos and honestly it was worth it, considering that I'm not going to use that cargos just for this one trip. The functional pockets were very convenient. I would keep my GoPro in one of the pockets and whenever I want to get a quick shot, I would just pull it out and start filming. And then I was also carrying one of my old waterproof jacket, which was a lovely gift by my mom before I came to France. And this jacket was very crucial for this trip because it was raining so randomly, and without that jacket it would have been a bit tricky. Just two additional things that I purchased to be prepared for the rain were the rain cover for the backpack, which was €5, and also a cap which provided shelter for my glasses so that I don't get water droplets on my glass. For the footwear, I used my classic Timberland boots. I already had them. I did not buy it specifically for this trip. Now some people might agree with me, some people might not, but for me this is a boot, and a boot is supposed to be worn for outdoor activities, and that's why I used it, because I had them already lying around in my house. But some people suggested me not to wear that because it tends to be a little bit heavy compared to your other new trekking boots. But I wore them anyways, and let's say for the first leg of the trip, the first few days it was completely fine, because the treks that we did were not very intense treks. So it was fine for the first few days, but towards the end of the trip I could start feeling that the boots are a little bit heavy. So my suggestion is, if it's not a very long trip, if it's like a 1-week trip and you have like short hikes, then, and if you have a Timberlands lying around, then feel free to wear them. It would be perfect for that. But if you plan to go on a longer trip or on more intense hikes, then you could do what Chloe did and go get yourself a proper trekking shoes. Again, Decathlon is a very good place for this. You get like a wide range of options, and I think the one which she grabbed were for 50 to 70 euros, somewhere between that. But she was super satisfied with her shoes. The only problem for me with those kind of shoes is that it's specifically designed for that purpose. For instance, a Timberland, you could wear it for multiple purposes, but that boot can be worn only for trekking, and it feels a little bit out of place when you wear it with some other stuff. Wait, should I start making videos about outfits and attires now? Like, I don't know. I mean, if you guys ask for it, comment section, go now. And my timekeeping partner for this trip was my good old G-Shock GBD 800. I love this thing, and yeah, it's just a good outdoor rugged watch. Coming to the gears now, and this is one of the most asked questions: what gears do I use? To be very honest, I'm super minimalistic when it comes to gear. I don't like to carry a lot of stuff, and also I don't have the budget to buy a lot of stuff. So I try to keep as minimum as possible with me, and I try to make the best out of that. So for this trip I was mainly using 3 devices to record. So the first one is the mobile phone, and for me it would be a OnePlus 7T. I'm still surprised how good the camera performs considering when this phone was launched, and yeah, gets the job done. The second device that I used is the GoPro. Now this one right here is a GoPro Hero 10 Black. I use this mainly for filming the vlog shots, like where I hold the camera in the front and I'm talking. So that's when I use the GoPro, because it has a wide angle lens, but super versatile, super convenient. Also useful when you are filming some shots in the rain, or you want some action shots, like when you're riding a bike, you want to hold the camera, or you want to take some underwater shots. Yeah, I don't have any extra batteries, no extra attachments, except for the grip in the bottom, which also gets converted into a tripod stand like this. So it's very convenient. If you're riding somewhere, you could just put this thing, just place it down like this, ride, and then again come back and take it. And then when you close it, it's convenient to hold. So yeah, I use this for those kind of shots. And for all the beautiful B-rolls that you see, I use my Sony a6400 coupled with a Sigma 56mm lens. Well, what else? I think that's pretty much it. I think I covered everything that I had to say in this video. Now, I'm assuming that if you're watching this video, you would have probably watched all the other videos and then you're watching this. But if not, I would highly suggest you to go and check out the other videos in this series. I'll put the link to that playlist in the description of this video. This travel series is something new that I'm experimenting with, putting different episodes. And if you enjoyed watching this series, then I would really appreciate your feedback. Tell me what you liked about it, what you didn't like. Do you feel it's better if I put all the travel thing into one video, or do you prefer it to be different episodes? I would love to hear what you guys think. Thank you so much for making me a part of your day. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, then hit that like button, helps me out. Consider subscribing, and I will catch up with you all in the next one. Till then, goodbye.